Guys, what's going on? This is Dave from Team Scapegoat, bringing you an Evilswarm deck profile. This is our first video of 2017, so happy 2017 to all. And let's go ahead and get right into it. So right off the bat, I run three Evilswarm Heliotrope. It's a normal monster, 4 stars, 1950 attack. So it's a really easy beat stick right off the bat if you need it. But you could use it because with Rescue Rabbit, you'll be able to search it out and be able to go into Ophion. It's an Evilswarm, so another Ophion target. And you'll also be able to normal summon it with Caster, or I run 3 Casters. Caster allows you, once you normal summon this card, it allows you to gain an additional normal summon for an E-Swarm monster. So you can normal summon Caster and then normal summon another Evilswarm, be able to right away overlay into Ophion. The next card that I run is 3 of Evilswarm Kirkion. Kirkion is a really good card in this deck. It's an Evilswarm. It's a really good effect. You're able to banish an Evilswarm from your grave and then add an Evilswarm from your grave to your hand. And then it also gains the following effect, which is you get an additional normal summon. So you can play this card, banish a card, add a card, get another summon, which is really nice because if you wanted to, you could go Kirkion, banish a card from your grave, add Caster, say, normal Caster, and then you get a Caster's effect to normal summon Heliotrope or any other Evilswarm for that matter. But you can only use Kirkion's effect once per turn. I run 2 Magnagora. Magnagora allows, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card. It's another Evilswarm, another target for Ophion. It's a 4-star, really good. And my final Evilswarm that I run is Evilswarm Thunderbird. Reason being is it's another Evilswarm, another option for Ophion, and another option for Caster to get out, or Kirkion, either or. I used to run 2 during the Monarch format because it would shut them down a lot easier, but now I just run it mainly for the Evilswarm, for the fact that it's an Evilswarm monster. Getting into the non-Evilswarm monsters, I run 1 Rescue Rabbit. You normal summon it and then banish it right away to special summon 2 normal monsters. So you go ahead and get 2 of these guys out right onto the field and then go right into Ophion. I run 1 Effect Veiler to stop those effects. I run 1 Max C, get the draw power, and then 1 Dark Arm Dragon just because all these monsters are dark. All the Evilswarms are dark for that matter. And it's really good if you draw it early game because if someone decides to topple right over your Ophion, then you get 3 darks in the grave right away, and then you go ahead and you can special summon him and get all the effects from him. Alright, moving on to the spells. I run 2 Infestation Pandemics. I used to have 3, but I cut it down to 2, mainly because I feel like there's not too many people running lots of spell or traps. These formats, it's usually monster effects that are destroying cards, but I still run 2 for just in case. I side the 3rd one if I do happen to go up against a deck that topples over, stuff like that. I run 2 Forbidden Lance. I like Forbidden Lance because if my Pandemic doesn't stop them, Lance will go ahead and stop them, or I could stop my opponent's effects, or not effects, sorry. It can make it lose 800 attack, and then I'd be able to attack over it a lot easier. I run 2 Instant Fusions. You could cut it down to 1 if you wanted to. I have it at 2 for now. Possible that I might go down to 1 and run some other trap cards or something like that. But I use it so I can go into Norden, and then Norden, his effect, you get a 4-star from the grave, special summon it, and then you could overlay right away and go into like XYZ Dragon or Dark. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. The next card I run is 1 Twin Twisters just to get rid of that back row. Get an Evilswarm in the grave if you need it. It's pretty good. I run 1 Reinforcement of the Army. Reason being is because Caster is a warrior. You can go ahead and grab him from the deck, normal summon him, get another normal summon with your Evilswarm, go right into Ophion. Really good. I run 1 Unexpected Die. It's a really good card early game because if you control no monsters, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower normal monster. So you'll be able, from the deck, you'll be able to get this guy out, Heliotrope, real quick. Be able out on the field, and you get another normal summon because this is considered a special summon. I run 1 Soul Charge just for this deck, being able to get more monsters out and everything. I run 1 Allure. Yes, I know it's not the actual Allure. I'm letting one of my friends borrow it right now. So there's that, but Allure, you draw 2 cards and then banish 1 dark monster from your hand. Run 1 Pot of Duality. You don't want to draw into this right away, but if you get it, it's not the end of the world. Because mainly your first turn you want to get Ophion out right away. But if you happen to get Pot of Duality and you have no plays, go ahead and do that, and then just set a monster and wait till the next turn. Hopefully you don't get killed. 1 MST could be replaced for another Twin Twister, just in case you needed it. But I like MST, getting rid of back row. 1 Dark Hole, again, could be replaced with a Regeki. Totally up to you. And that concludes the spells. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the traps. Only run 1 Infestation Infection. Once per turn, you could shuffle 1 Evilswarm monster from your hand or face up on the field to your side of the deck and add 1 Evilswarm or Ice Swarm monster from your deck to your hand. Allows you to just switch out things real fast. So if you get that dead draw with, you just so happen to only get Thunderbird in your hand in the beginning, or throughout the whole entire game, you could switch it out. If you can't get it out, pull out a caster and then go from there. I run 1 Macrocosmos. Macrocosmos, you use your grave only for Kyrkion, but that's about it. It shuts down a lot of decks. It's really, really, really good card. I recommend it. If you're going to play this deck, play this card. 1 Time Space Trap Hole. I only run Time Space and I run Bottomless because they're traps, obviously, but I run both of these because in my extra deck I run Rafflesia. So you'll be able to get Time Space Trap Hole and Bottomless out. I run 1 Fiendish Chain. Being able to stop your opponent monster's effect is always a good idea. 1 Mirror Force, basic. 1 Forceful Checkpoint. I really like this card. I have stopped my opponents many times with this card. If you don't know what it does, it's when an opponent's monster declares an attack, look at your opponent's hand, and if there's a monster card, negate the attack, and then discard 1 monster from their hand, my choice. So really, really, really good card, especially if they're running a monster-heavy deck. You'll totally be able to hit a monster out of there, discard 1 card from their hand, stop their plays. Really nice. Vanity's Emptiness, another great card if you're playing up against, because your only play, or your biggest play, is to go Ophion first turn, and then Vanity's Emptiness. So then it shuts your opponent down. They can't special summon whatsoever. And then if they get rid of Vanity's Emptiness, then they can't special summon level 5s because of Ophion. I run 1 Safe Zone just to protect your monsters or cards or whatever. I also run 1 Key Beetle. And Key Beetle Safe Zone combo is broken and needs to be fixed, but it's really bad, or really broken combo. And then 1 Solemn Warning. So that's the 40 card deck. And then we'll go ahead and get into the extra deck. Right out the bat, there he is. Ophion, 3 Ophion. Could cut it down to 2 if you want. Don't recommend it. I recommend you run 3. It's 2 level 4 Evilswarm monsters, while this card has materials. Level 5 or higher monsters cannot be special summoned, and once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, search your deck for 1 E-Swarm card. So you would search your deck for Pandemic, which protects your cards, or protects your Evilswarms. I run 1 Evilswarm Bahamut, 2 level 4 Evilswarm monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Discard 1 Evilswarm monster, and if you do, take control of that opponent's monster. I never really go into this. I never really go into anything except for Ophion, or sometimes I'll go into Rafflesia, or I'll get to those. But then next is Evilswarm Ouroboros, 3 level 4s. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then activate one of the effects. Each effect can only be activated once while this card is face up on the field. Target one card your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. Select one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, and target one card your opponent's graveyard and banish that target. Again, a card I don't really go into, but if it's late game and they're still there, and I have Ophion out on the field, and I got more plays that I can go, and I get more Evilswarms out on the field, I'll go into Ouroboros. Traptrix Leflasia, like I was saying. I run her because you get 2 level 4 monsters, and then you could, anytime your opponent activates like an effect, you can, or whatever whatever it is on the trap hold cards, you can detach 1 material or 2 materials from this card, I believe it is, and then you could search your deck for one of these, send it to the graveyard, and then it acts as if this card were to be activated. It's really, really good, especially if you don't have the card right away and you want to stop that monster from getting out on the field. Good idea. Gaga Cowboy, because Cowboy game is always funny and always mean to do, but whatever. Abyss Dweller to stop all those nasty graveyard effects of Mermails, because I don't like them. 1 Castel, just because you can run Castel. Again, I never really go into these guys unless I need to. Giant Hand, never really go into them. I do go into 101, just mainly if they got a giant monster and I want to take it and attach it to this, make it mine. Key Beetle, there's, like I said, the Key Beetle combo is really broken because this targets a card on the field that can't be destroyed unless this card gets destroyed, and then Safe Zone does the exact same effect, basically. Utopia, this can be switched out if you want it, but I run Utopia just because, again, a card I never really go into. But I do go into this one a lot. I do go into Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. I usually go into him with Norden, and here's Norden. That's the last card of the extra deck. But I usually go into him, target my opponent's monster, and then attack right over it. And so yeah, that's the deck. Let me know. Leave a comment leave a comment about what you think it could use, what you want to see on this channel, what kind of decks. We're gonna try and do more deck profiles, more box openings, and all that stuff this year. It's just scheduling conflicts with all of us, but all right. Well, see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.